Hey everyone, welcome back to the virtual classroom. Today I wanted to show you how to make some clip art transparent, how to make your lesson engaging using games and activities like that, and maybe how to, anything else that comes to mind I'll show you as we go along. So the first thing I want to show you is the different kind of games that I use and kind of how I make them. So here we go. So one of the first ones that I ever did was a Minecraft theme lesson. And my kids are like, they love games. They love Minecraft, they love Roblox, and I'm sure that your kids do on some sort of extent. So keep in mind that I teach 4th grade, and so some of these things may apply to you. Some of these you might be teaching middle school or high school and it won't quite work, but how could it work? What kind of ideas could you take from this and apply it to your middle school, high school virtual classroom? So for me, I thought, oh man, this is perfect. I found this little clip art and insert on online pictures. I just typed in Minecraft creeper. My concept was these creepers are going to be attacking my class, and this was perfect because it looks like it's literally busting through the screen. And since we're all on our computers, I thought this is just grand. So I clicked it, and then you click insert. And then you just copy, click on it and copy and paste it however you want. I was fortunate this was already transparent, so I didn't have to do anything with that. However, the next thing I want to show you did require, and I'll kind of backtrack because it's already transparent, and I'll backtrack. So I would place this at the beginning of my lesson, like, oh no, the creepers are trying to attack our classroom. We gotta work hard together to punch them out, because who doesn't want to punch out a creeper, right? So, or maybe use your, whatever you want to use is fine. It was just really easy to find a clip art of a punch, right? So it's really simple to find that. So free and easy, right? Free and easy. So they were engaged, they were bought in, they were going to help me punch out these creepers. So then I would take this same slide, duplicate it, which will just make a completely new one. And I'm going to scoot myself over here so you can see that a little better. And I would just take it to wherever the next time we want to see those creepers. Okay, so I want to see them again after we read. After we're going to read this oral reading fluency, they're going to learn their words, and I want to see those creepers again. So I'm going to just delete that one there because there's already one here. So I'll be like, oh yeah, now let's punch out these creepers. Let's focus on our energies on that top left one, and probably point to it somehow, let the kids know that, hey, this is the one we're punching. And then once they all punch it through their webcams, this will appear. Now when I first found this clip art of this punch, it was not transparent. So let me show you how I got it that way. So I go back up to online pictures. And in case any of you are wondering about copyright laws, what's really cool is that you can type in whatever you want and then clip art at the end. Okay, so I wanted to punch clip art. This button right here, I don't know if anyone's ever told you, but this just means that all of these you can use. They're for the common world, okay? You can use them without worrying about breaking any kind of copyright laws. If you don't want to disregard that, you can unclick it, and these are all ones that can or probably fall under our copyright law, and you might need permission to use it. So Microsoft makes it simple to find those that are just, you can use them and not worry about it. So here's the one I found. It has this silliness right here, but that's okay. I can get rid of that. So you click on what you want and then insert. And then it will appear super small. So I have to make it bigger. I'll make it bigger. And so what's really, really magical and what's really, really cool about Microsoft is that they make it super easy to get rid of these backgrounds that you don't want. So when you don't have anything selected, your screen should look like this, right? So you'll click it, and then this picture tools format appears. And it should already take you here, but if for some reason it doesn't, you'll just click on that format again. You might be over here on insert, and you'll just need to click format. When you do that, this handy dandy button right here, remove background, will appear, and you just click it. And wow, so the purple or pink, whatever color you want to call that, is what it's going to get rid of. So in this case, it was really simple. Sometimes it's not always as simple, and I'll show you that here on my next activity, because they're not always that free and easy. Sometimes it will keep like this area, and you're like, oh, sorry, we want to keep it. Let's just pretend it said we're going to keep that. And you got to go through and kind of color that out. Like, I don't want this. So, and then it'll get rid of it. So, and then once you're ready, once you're like, yep, this looks good, you'll just click keep changes, and wow. Now it looks so much more put together, right? It looks like you really are a graphic designer, which is really, really awesome, and your kids are going to love it. They'll love it regardless whether you do that or not, but it just makes you feel better, doesn't it? So, makes it feel more real, and that's what I love about it. So, I would say, okay, everybody, let's focus our energies on that top left. Now ready, 3, 2, 1, punch! And they'll all punch their screen, but make sure you tell them to not actually punch their computer first. You know, you don't have to actually punch your computer to make it happen. Some of them need that disclosure, so please make sure you tell them. So, and then I would just keep duplicating this. So when I'm ready for them to do it again, I would duplicate the slide and put it where I want it to. And then when I'm ready again, I'm like, okay, you guys did a great job finding all the hashtags for this particular passage. We need to punch out our next one. Let's focus our energies on the middle one. So ready, 3, 2, 1, punch. And then switch it to that slide once everyone's punched their screen. And there, boom. I would just keep doing this repeatedly until my lesson's done. And we're like, yay, we punched out all the creepers. Our classroom is saved. Great job. So, you can say it however you want. If they get through, they're going to bring the virus over into our computers. And like, I don't think I'd say that during this time right now. But before all this, I probably would have, just because it would have been silly and so far from the truth. But you could say whatever you feel your kids will engage with and is appropriate, you know. So I'll leave that professional judgment to you. The next thing I want to show you is just a different idea. Maybe you didn't quite resonate with this Minecraft themed. Maybe your kids would love to find treasure. My kids also love this. I know they're 4th graders, and but they love this. So they love finding the key. So what I found, I just did the same thing earlier, like I showed you. I went to insert pictures and search for treasure chest, and I found one that was the exact same. It just looked open. So it looked closed and then open. I'll put myself over here now. So close and open, which was really, really handy. So same concept. They had to help me find treasure. We were working together to find treasure. And throughout the lesson, we would find treasure chests and find keys. I would have them point out, I would hide the key on the slide. So right here's the key, and they had to find it. Now on Zoom, you can have them annotate, and then you'll just want to clear it, because as you may or may not know, when you change slides, the annotation's still there. So you'll just want them, if you have them annotate, you'll just want to clear it before moving on to the next slide. So you can say, okay, everyone, find the key. When you find the key, it'll go into the treasure chest. So once they do that, clear the annotations, switch your slide. I just moved this over to make it look like it was actually in the treasure chest. And I'm like, okay, everyone, help me turn the key. And then they'll turn the key, and when they do, you'll switch it to this slide. And you can put whatever you want on here. I love the ones that are close up like this, that are like in their face. I get the best reactions out of it. But it could be anything. So I found, let's just go to this slide right here because it's open. Insert online pictures. And it's going to take a little bit, and then I just put like underwater creatures clip art. And then I just, found one that I wanted. So if I wanted a sea star or a fish or the sea horse, something or other, it didn't really quite matter to me. It's just whatever you want. So for fun, we'll do this octopus, and I'll just click insert, and I'm praying. Okay, this one was already, darn. Let's find one that isn't. Under the sea clip art. Might give me, I can't remember exactly what I searched for. So let's just do a couple in case one of them is not. In case they're all transparent. Have backgrounds. Okay, perfect. So flounder, thank God for flounder, right? So flounder did not have it was not transparent, so we need to make them transparent. And so I'm going to click on the picture, format, remove background. And this is what I was talking about. So the punch was real simple, but this one is not. So you'll just click on that keep areas and then just kind of start coloring. Okay. And some of the areas it will catch on and do the others, but not always. And sometimes it will mess up on others. Come on. And make other areas now like that. What happened with just with the eyes, so now I have to go back. But thankfully I didn't. So once it's good, then you'll just click keep changes. And now he is transparent and he's super pumped to get out of the treasure chest. So I think I also added like Ariel to this with a fork, and my kids, especially my girls, love that. They thought it was hysterical. But this is just an idea of how to keep your kids engaged with your lessons. And you might be wondering what I'm currently using. I am using Screencastomatic. It's free up to the first 15 minutes. I have a subscription to it because I use this all the time for a variety of reasons, but it's a pretty cheap subscription for a year. I think it's like $18 for the entire year, something like that. I'll put a link in the bio of wherever you found this video, and it'll direct you to that. But I use it all the time. It's very well worth it. It's good for feedback when I'm trying to talk to a parent, but we keep playing phone tag. And then also it's just good for that too, because there's some things that need visuals, right? So it's nice to just kind of point some things out. But this is called Screencastomatic. It can upload to a cloud, a secure cloud. You can put a password on any video that you want. You can upload it directly to YouTube if you so desire, but it creates a link for you. And so it's kind of a secure link with a password if you put a password on there, to keep things FERPA friendly. If you use student names, if you talk about specific grades and things like that. So that's when I use the password setting. But you can do this too with your lessons. If you could still use this, okay, everyone find the key, where's the key? And kind of play like a kid show where you just kind of sit silently for a second and be like, good job, yeah, it's in the left-hand corner, way to go. And all right, now help me turn the key. And so this is very elementary. I get that. I get it. But you could make this in some way high school, middle school as well. You just gotta be mindful of your kids and what they think is fun. So that's my advice for this particular how to make your lessons engaging within Zoom. That doesn't require them to do really anything as far as drawing on the board or moving pieces like you might be used to in your traditional classroom. Hope this helps. Have a great one. See you later. Bye.